Hello, welcome everybody. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let me know where you're joining me from, what city, what state, what country. Let me know in the comments. Replay viewers, if you're watching this on the replay, stay tuned. You're going to love every second of this. This is going to be wildly informative. Welcome to another episode of Nez Nation Live. This is your host. I'm your host. This is your host, Professor Nez, yours truly. This is a show where we bring you everything that the woke fake news mafia media will not show you. I do my own due diligence, my own qualitative and quantitative research. And today we're going to talk about the pageantry of eloquent lies that came from the Obamas last night at DNC Day 2. Shockingly, Kamala Harris was nowhere to be found. Shockingly, Tim Walz was nowhere to be found. Where were they? Why weren't they there? Did anybody notice that? Come on in, live viewers. It is so great to see you. I hope you're doing fantastic. Come on in. I'm really loving these daily lives. I can't promise that they're going to continue, but I'm really enjoying them. I watched and sat through the speeches last night, so you don't have to. Plus, Kamala Harris is in huge trouble. We're going to start with this breaking news. You're not going to believe this, but the Bureau of Labor Statistics just made their largest downward revision to the job numbers in 15 years. This is live breaking news as it happens. You know, your boy Nez always brings it to you. I'm going to share this right now. And this is not just coming from, Fox or whatever. This is coming from actual, even the mainstream media. Check this out right here.
The range of how many jobs they would take away for a variety of reasons, maybe the largest is the birth-death model for businesses, was going to be somewhere between 350,000 and 1 million. It comes in at 818,000. Now,
818,000. Not 800, not 80, not 801. We're talking 818,000 jobs. What happened to Bidenomics? Can somebody tell me? So also check this out. So total jobs is 818,000. Manufacturing down 115,000. Trade, transportation, and utilities down 104,000. Down 104,000 jobs. Professional and business services, a lot of the businesses this is the vertical that I am in, down 358,000 jobs. Leisure and hospitality down 150,000 jobs. Meanwhile, 1.2 million native-born Americans lost employment over the last year, while 1.3 million foreign-born workers found jobs. This is your record job growth that Kamala and Biden love to talk about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Excuse me there. God bless me. I also have to give a huge shout out. It is my beautiful, amazing daughter's birthday today, August 21st, 2024, 11 years ago. My angel was born. If you could please join me in wishing her a happy birthday. Nora, I love you so much. She doesn't watch this show. She's too young. But, I was thinking about something today because my wife is planning on taking my daughter to a concert. We live about an hour, 2 hours away from Los Angeles. And a lot of people talk about how, I don't vote or I don't get involved because it doesn't affect me personally. I don't care. There's nothing you can do about it, which I have to admit at one point in my life, I thought the same thing. I think government distrust. I think government corruption government has sowed this mistrust. They've really, done a terrible job of gaining the public's affirmation and trust over the last, especially the last couple of decades, but for years this has been this way. And by the way, just really quickly, a side note, the Democrats have had control of the government for the last 12 out of 16 years. And all you heard last night, everything that you heard last night was it's all Trump's fault, right? Everything's Trump's fault. But I want to tell this story. Thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes. Yeah. And that's right. It's Nora with an A, no H, Nora. Thank you, Ben. That's very sweet of you. Ben says happy birthday. Thank you, Laura Tilford. We got the best mods in the house. Law and Order, congratulations. All YouTube members, all super chats will be mentioned at the end. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But I was thinking to myself, why am I so nervous about my, daughter and my wife going to this concert, which my wife had planned diligently? Well, I'm nervous because LA has turned into a dystopia, much like San Francisco has, much like Washington, D.C. has, Detroit, Portland, San Francisco, Chicago. Look what's happening in Chicago. By the way, were there any riots? Was there any violence in Milwaukee during the Republican National Convention? I wonder why. Gee. I can't show the footage because the video will get taken down. But at the DNC, you've got violent pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist. These are American citizens. These are young white liberals, essentially. I'm not even kidding you. Go look at the footage. These are spoiled, entitled, rotten brats burning American flags. The audacity. If I was your dad, I would woodshed your ass like there was no tomorrow. Burning American flags. These are the people that Kamala and Walz and Obama's, these are the people that they support. These are the people that they let loose. These are the people that they don't prosecute. She's such a tough prosecutor. Oh, she was the Attorney General of California. California is an absolute calamity. She was the District Attorney of San Francisco. San Francisco is the dirtiest, filthiest, crime-ridden shadow of itself, train wreck of a city. A once beautiful, thriving metropolitan is now a dystopia. It's a shadow of itself. You can't even recognize San Francisco. When's the last time you went to San Francisco? Which, by the way, I would love to take my kids have never seen San Francisco. I would love for them to ride a trolley. I would love for them to go to Fisherman's Wharf. I would love for them to go over the Golden Gate Bridge. These are things that every hard-working, true blue, red, white, and blue-blooded American should be afforded the right to do, to take their family there. Look what's happening in Santa Monica. Santa Monica is literally a nuclear war zone. You've got crazy mental health institution patients. I can't even say it. It just gets me so upset. You've got these zombie mental health patients running amok, stabbing people randomly, punching people randomly, attacking people randomly. I'm going to take my kid down to the Santa Monica Pier where there's tents riddled everywhere, and Gavin Newsom and Kamala's California, they've turned this beautiful, glorious state of mine into literally a hellhole, an absolute beep hole. I'm going to do that. 818,000 jobs. They lied. They are LADs. This is the hypocrites. Why couldn't they report this initially correctly? Why couldn't they report this initially? That's propaganda. That's election interference. That is election interference. The party of LADs, lion-ass dogs. Give me a capital LAD in the comments down below. You guys, it can't be too big to rig. It needs to be impossible to rig. We need to be so hyper vigilant. I'm going to work 100. Another reason why I'm going live every single day for hours, okay, is because I'm trying to live up to my honor and my word of I'm going to work 100 times harder, because these two vapid, vacuous hypocritical Democrat Obamas that spoke last night, they think they can do the same thing that they did in 2008 and 2012, which is hypnotize you with the eloquent pageantry of thesaurus $6 million words and faking a reverend's voice accent and faking enthusiasm, faking jubilation, executing an absolute coup on a sitting president who is left, by the way. Where's Obama? Where's Jill? They're gone. They gave their obligatory party speeches and they left. It's the first time in the history of any political convention, any political campaign process where the sitting president, who just got done endorsing the candidate, is not going to be present during her actual confirmation speech on Thursday. He's gone. What does that tell you about this party? That should tell you everything. My friends, my fellow Americans, this party, this hypocrite party, this dishonest, deceitful, duplicitous, serpentine party does not give a rat's ass about America. They don't give a rat's ass about you. They don't give a rat's ass about me. No, I love dogs. I have a dog. It's just a saying. Don't take it too seriously, Jimmy. Jimmy says, wait a minute. Why are dogs liars? No, I love dogs. I have a dog. Everybody knows I love my dog, Blue. LADs, the lion-ass dogs. Just sounds better. Just relax. Don't ever forget this. Eloquence is not synonymous with intelligence. Just because you have a silver-tongued devil does not change the fact that it's still a devil. And that's what happened last night in this speech. But this breaking news right here should alarm everybody. So I had to sit through all this crap so you didn't have to. I had to sit through Doug Emhoff engaging in one of the most grotesque, cringiest speeches of all time. I had to sit through, and by the way, you know what's so funny about this too? I had to sit through Bernie Sanders. I had to sit through Michelle Obama. You know what's so crazy about all this? Chuck Schumer, my God, was that the cringiest thing you've ever seen in your life? If that wasn't the cringiest thing you've ever seen in your life, I'm not even going to show it because it's deplorable. You want to talk about deplorable? That, my fellow Americans, is deplorable. I had to sit through all this so you didn't have to. But here is something that I have to show. So we're going to start with Michelle, okay, and then we're going to talk about the eloquent liar, everything that you missed, the lies that came out of this fake reverend, the lies that came out of this. He's no doubt in my mind, he is the kingpin of this coalition of global elitists. He is the one behind it. He is the one who conversed and called the bat line, essentially, and informed his minions, Chuck Schumer, Ratty Raskin, pushing up daisies, Lush, Pelosi, and the whole lot of them. He's the one who pulls the levers. He's the one who makes the decisions. He's the one that Dr. Jill Biden is extremely upset with. So I'm going to start with Michelle, and then I'm going to go with Obama. But the whole kind of crux of everything. I even posted this on X. I summed up everything, I think, quite eloquently. I summed up everything. Oh, I got to show you this awful Gavin Newsom. Oh, God, the guy who desperately thought he was going to be the candidate, the guy who desperately is trying so hard to be liked, the guy who neglected his state to start a podcast. You know that my state, California, is experiencing the largest budget deficit in the history of the state. You know that my state, California, is experiencing the largest increase in crime, smash and grabs, theft, burglary, border invasions in the history of the state. Did you know that my state, California, is experiencing the largest exodus of citizens, businesses, large, small, and big in the history of the state? And this guy desperately on his knees crawls over to the DNC. He's out there campaigning, debating, instead of actually doing his job as governor of California. And then he has the audacity to say this. Oh, it just makes me sick to my stomach. Watch this. This is absolutely abhorrent. I'm going to share this with you. We have to work harder, guys. We have to work harder. The election is less than 2 months away. The election is coming up, you guys. Less than 80 days away, it is coming up. Listen to this absolute snake oil salesman.
My name's Governor Gavin Newsom from the great state of Nancy Pelosi.
Did you guys just hear that? Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Captain Mike. We got the best mods in the business. 76 days away. Did you guys hear that? He said, my name is greasy, lion-ass dog, vermin, serpentine, Gavin Newsom, and I represent the great state of Nancy Pelosi. He said that in front of millions of Americans. Where do his priorities lie? I'm with you, Red Cloud. Great comment here. Red Cloud says, born and raised in California, it has such beautiful potential. Yeah, when the state is run by people who actually care about America, who actually care about the community, instead of selfishly going after their own gains, like this corrupt pseudo-human. Yeah, he said that. He said that. You heard that correctly. The great state, and you have Ted Lieu, who is such a pipsqueak. Oh, Ted Lieu is such a, he's literally that guy in high school that you just tried to come up with an excuse. He tried so hard to be liked, and you just tried to come up with an excuse to be polite. Like, oh yeah, I gotta go. I got a meeting with the coach, or I got my parents are here. You try everything in your power to be nice, but he only takes one way, just saying, Ted, get the F away from me. Oh, he's such a pipsqueak. But I summed it up. I wanted to say this really quickly. I summed it up perfectly, and then we'll look at some clips. But I summed up the entire speech. And by the way, somebody leave a link to my my X account, aka Twitter. But I summed it up in this tweet, I think, perfectly, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it, because it deserves to be shown. People need, when I say tap the thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying it for me. When I say tap the thumbs up, and it only takes you a nanosecond, it's free, it costs you nothing. Thank you, Laura. Follow me on X, because I post a lot of stuff on X, and I was posting throughout these speeches. It helps us to get this video out to more people. We need to educate our fellow citizens. I don't begrudge any of our fellow citizens. I have zero resentment for any of our fellow citizens. Do I think a lot of them are dumb as rocks? Yes. But that is my job, is to educate them. I feel like I've been more inflamed with purpose now than I ever have been. So when I say tap the thumbs up, it helps our video get pushed out to more people. So comment, like, tell me where you're joining me from, what city, what state, what country. I love all of you. Super chats, new members will all get a live shout out at the end as soon as we get through with this. So I posted this on X. Here's Obama's speech in a nutshell. Massive histrionics, zero substance, a fake reverend's accent, and a cacophony of lies. You're welcome. You don't need to watch it. That's essentially, that's a fact. It's just a fact. That's exactly what happened. And I want to also share this because I think this is so important. And this is something that, again, when you lack substance, I said this about Biden's speech. When you lack substance, okay, and you have nothing to go on, all you do is engage in ad hominem personal attacks. And that's exactly what they did last night. It's the same thing. They had no substance. Why? Because guess what? Because guess what? They don't have any policies. Kamala Harris has zero policies. Zero. So all they did was engage in ad hominem attacks. Literally. That's all they did. And Trump was mentioned, 1,000 times last night, it seemed like. That's all they talked about. And he had the audacity to say this right here. Well, actually, you know what? Let's start with Michelle, because Michelle, she's really the worst. It was just so bad. So bad. And so I want to share a couple clips. I think one of the things that's so crazy about Michelle Obama is she pulled the race card last night. So the party that says we're all about equality, the party that says nobody can hold you down, you are empowered, you are not somebody who is a victim, do not play the victim, the party that says decency's on the ballot, she played the race card. She played the race card. And she mentioned the black jobs. This is, somebody should tell Donald Trump that being president is a black job. Okay, so she played the race card last night, and I'm just appalled. And so I'm gonna play a clip of that really quickly, so you can see for yourself what she did and how she talked about it. Because honestly, I'm very shocked, actually. I'm very shocked that that's what she did. I actually thought she was going to come out and maybe unify a little bit. Maybe talk about actual real substance. Maybe talk about actual real policies. But no, she didn't. Listen to this. I'm going to share this with you. Listen to this.
Years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black.
Okay, so wait a minute. Wait a minute. So,
thing in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen
to be black. Okay, what is Kamala going to do? Does Kamala have any policies? Does Kamala have any strategy? Does Kamala have a plan? Does Kamala have a laid out blueprint of what her campaign is all about? Why doesn't she have any policies on her actual website? What is she going to do specifically? Oh no, we're going to attack Trump. And by the way, why is it that not that long ago, people like Whoopi Goldberg, people like Reverend Jesse Jackson, people of color, black people, and this is why I think it's so refreshing, okay, to see real Americans. I don't care if you're white, black, purple, gold, yellow, doesn't matter. Real Americans, but I mean most specifically black Americans, in context of what she says, who are standing up to this BS. There has never, ever once There has never, you go out to any area, okay, that is predominantly African American and ask them if their life is better now or if their life was better 4 years ago. And I guarantee you the percentage will be above 80% of them will say it was better 4 years ago. That's why the polls, the real polls, are showing that Biden, when he was the vegetable in chief, when he was the nominee, he dropped more than 15, 20 points with African Americans, with the blacks. Whereas Trump gained 13, 14 points with black Americans. So she pulls the race card. I mean, I got to be honest with you guys. Let me look at you real fast. I was genuinely surprised. I was genuinely surprised last night. I knew they were liars. I knew they were LADs. I knew they were dishonest. I knew they were vapid. I know they are power-hungry fiends who don't care about America one bit. I know they make race issues all the time, and they've made it about race, but usually it was done implicitly, so secretively, surreptitiously, and clandestine that it was very, very hard to detect. It took a very, very keen, critical eye to detect these things. But last night, they just came right out and said it. Why? And by the way, this goes to the fact of why Barack, and both of them actually, did not endorse Kamala Harris right away after the coup was executed, after Biden posted that strange, bizarre letter on X, of all places, Twitter, on X, formerly known as Twitter, of all places. The Clintons endorsed Kamala right away. Schumer, right away. Pelosi, right away. All the hypocrites, the usual suspects, right away. Why did it take the Obamas over a week to endorse Kamala? Because they know what we know. She isn't decent. She isn't qualified. She has no credentials. She has no resume. She destroyed California. She destroyed San Francisco. She had one job as vice president, being the border czar, and she blew it. She blew it. We have the worst border crisis in the history of our country. So what do? People are actually fooled by this. I mean, you go on X right now, all the liberal influencers, all the liberal senators, representatives in the House, they're all like, you see, we're back. We're back. The Obamas reminded us. Van Jones on CNN. Oh, the Obamas, I miss their magic. They made it, they made tonight magical. They lied. They lied time and time again. They are demons. They're hypocrites. They are natural born fibbers, nothing more. The eloquent pageantry of lies. Are they good orators? My wife says, hey, Nez, no matter what you say, Obama is a fantastic orator. You can believe him or not, but he is a fantastic. I agree 100%. As a matter of fact, I was fooled by that back in 2012, 2008. I was fooled. I give you 100% transparency, and I will be 100% upfront with you. I was fooled by it when I didn't know better. But we can't be fooled again. This country cannot afford to be fooled again. And you did not hear one iota, not one molecule of any policy, any plan, any actual specific structure to a blueprint, to a strategy of how in the world you're going to help everyday Americans. It was just Trump, 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 black, black, black. He's belligerent and he's mean. That's it. That's all they said last night in a nutshell. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
To be black. I want to know who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs.
Look at how she changes her tone and changes her accent. You don't hear her talk that way with Barbara Walters. You don't hear her talk that way with, you don't hear her talk that way with John Muir from ABC. You don't hear her talk that way with Anderson Cooper, do you? Listen to the accent. Why do you go into your jive talk only when it suits you? Same thing with Kamala Harris.
Seeking might just be one of those black jobs.
This is the face of somebody who thinks they can hypnotize you with high school prep rally tactics. The truth of the matter is, these people don't believe in Kamala. They don't believe in Biden. They only believe in power. They don't believe in America. They don't believe in black people. They don't believe in African Americans. They don't believe in white people. They don't believe in our Constitution. They don't believe in the framers of our Constitution, the founding fathers, the values and principles engendered in the very fabric of our glorious country. They only care about one thing, power, and that's it. Zero, zilch, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. And then she has the audacity to say this. And then she actually has the audacity to say this. So I want to share this because this is actually really, really insane right here. This is Michelle Obama talking about rich people, supposedly. Rich people. This is Michelle Obama talking about rich people. Michelle Obama says her parents are suspicious of folks who took more than they needed. Meanwhile, she has a net worth of $70 million, lives in a mansion in Martha's Vineyard, received $750,000 for a 1-hour speech on, believe it or not, of all topics, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Fact. That's a fact. And she demanded $65 million. Demanded. Not, let's just see what we can do. Let me just, negotiate, I know the fair market value. No. She demanded, capital D, demanded $65 million to write a book. I was so steeped in BS last night, I had to take, count them, not one, not two, 3 showers. I do it for you, Nest Nation. Listen to this. Oh my God. It's just so bad. It's just so bad. Listen to this.
Didn't aspire to be wealthy. In fact, they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed. They understood that it wasn't enough for their kids to thrive if everyone else around us was drowning. So
wait, hold on. Hold on. I mean, the BS meter is, ladies and gentlemen, we have fallen off the Richter scale. We have fallen. The pageantry of eloquent lies need to stop. Eloquence is not synonymous with intelligence. Eloquence is not synonymous with empathy, caring, actual selflessness. Eloquence is not synonymous with patriotism. Eloquence is not synonymous with the truth. Listen to this. Are you kidding me right now?
To thrive if everyone else around us was drowning. So,
who's been in charge for the last 4 years? Who's been making the entire nation drown for the last 4 years, which this Bureau of Labor Statistics Jobs Revision Report only solidifies and cements? Are you kidding me right now? You demand $65 million for a book deal? You demand $800,000 for a piddly, pathetic speech on diversity, equity, inclusion, while there are American veterans out there who can't get a pot to piss in, and you're going to give $15,000 credit cards and over $20,000 in food stamps to illegal migrants. And these are not families looking for a better world. These are not families hoping to envision the American dream. These are military-aged men from China, the Middle East, South America, gangs, cartel members, thugs, rapists, murderers. There are hard-working, tax-paying American citizens, myself included, who have to work 2, 3, 4, 5 jobs just so their kids can get a new backpack for back to school, just so they can put the light on, just so they can put the heat on, just so they can feed their little ones. Never mind the fact that God forbid they want to take their kids on vacation. God forbid they want to spend a little bit of time with their kids. And you're worth over $70 million. You've got mansions everywhere. And you're talking about you're talking about thriving when everybody else is drowning. You lion ass dog, you LAD, PhD and LAD to the 9th degree. This is vomit inducing. This makes me physically ill. It should make you physically ill as well. I'm begging you to tap the thumbs up. Why? Because it helps us educate our citizenry. The algorithm will share our video to more people. Please do so if you haven't. It's free. Takes you a second. Holy mackerel. This is absolutely criminal.
My mother volunteered at the local school. She
How about you? Do you volunteer? No, you just get paid $1 million to speak on DEI. Didn't earn it. Oh, I'm done with you, girl. I'm done with you. I'm done with you, Michelle. And you know who else is done with you? America. The real Americans. Real hard-working citizens. And yes, a lot of those citizens happen to be black. And they're done with you too. They're sick and tired of your pitiful, pathetic, lame pandering. They're sick and tired of you citing them as victims. They're sick and tired of you saying the only way that you can get ahead is if we institute an anti-meritocracy system that essentially elevates you based on something that you have zero control over, aka the color of your skin, your gender, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, and religion. That is anti-American, and we're sick of it. Yes, I speak on behalf of all Americans. We're sick of it. If you're with me and what I just said makes sense to you, give me an aw yeah in the comments right now. Give me an amen in the comments. Holy mackerel. It just drives me absolutely nuts, these people. These people just absolutely drive me nuts. So let's break down Mr. The liar in chief, okay? Let's break down the divider in chief. And let's go through some of these clips right here because we have to do it. We have to do it. It's extremely important. This right here should be criminal. I'm going to share with you Obama, who came out and started off talking about the decency of Joe Biden. Listen to this garbage.
Joe and I come from different backgrounds, but we became brothers. And as we worked together for 8, sometimes pretty tough years, what I came to admire most about Joe wasn't just his smarts, his experience. It was his empathy and his decency and his hard.
So his decency. So his decency, what do you mean by decency, Mr. President? Do you mean his docile obedience to you? There are mass, by the way, you don't have to, you could double check, do your own research, but I have done the qualitative and quantitative research. I've done my due diligence. There are numerous, multitudinous reports that Biden is absolutely furious with Obama. That Dr. Jill, you did so good, Joey. You answered all the questions. Here's a cookie. There are multitudes from diverse factions and networks and investigative reports that have illustrated that the Bidens are furious and won't even talk to pushing up Daisy's lush Pelosi. That the reason they left day one of the DNC is because they're outraged. And of course, they should be outraged. So, decency and empathy. Does decency and empathy equate with docile obedience? Does decency and empathy equate to circumventing 14 million Americans' votes who voted for Joe Biden, and you just took it upon yourself to say, "No, we don't care what people think. We're gonna put in who we think should run for president"? Is that what decency and empathy is? You lion-ass dog. That's what decency and empathy is. Shame on you. And you should know better. Biden doesn't even know where he is. But you, Mr. President, you should know better. I want you to pay really close attention to this clip of Barack Hussein Obama saying the other side knows it's easier to play on people's fears and cynicism. They will tell you that the government is inherently corrupt. Watch this. This is unbelievable. You want to talk about hypocrisy? It doesn't get much more Hippocratic. It doesn't get much more Hippocratic than this. The lies are endless. The eloquent pageantry of lies are endless.
Knows it's easier to play on people's fears and cynicism. Always has been. They will tell you that government is inherently corrupt, that sacrifice and generosity are for suckers.
The very reason that 1776 happened, the very reason that the framers created the Constitution is because government is inherently corrupt. Why do you think we have a separation of powers, a bicameral legislature? Why do you think we have these precepts and these governing entities in place and these fire-breathing, ironclad rights, these ironclad constitutional amendments in place? Because of people like you, Barack. Because of people like you. The market, the free market, is what decides. You want to fool people with your rants, with your eloquent pageantry of lies, with your thesaurus-like command of the language, which I give you credit for. I give you credit for. You know how to fool people with $6 million words. I get it. That's fine. I don't commend it. I think it's evil, but I get it. But you're the personification of why our framers and our forefathers created the Constitution, which is why I don't identify as right or left. But if anything, I don't like to really label myself, period. But if I had to, if somebody put a GUN to my head, I would say I am a constitutional centrist. Oh, and something that even proves it even more is probably one of the greatest videos you're going to see. I want to share this because I think this is really powerful. I want to share this. This is a video that I think this was back in the 1970s. This is a video that I actually was going to share because Phil Donahue passed away recently at 88, God rest his soul. But Phil Donahue was talking about capitalism with the great Milton Friedman, economist. And I want to share this with you because I think this really speaks to everything about why America is the greatest country, why capitalism works, why the free market and meritocracy is the ultimate system that has stood the test of time. And socialism and communism are failed autocratic fascist ideas. Watch this. This is very important.
Did you ever have a moment of doubt about capitalism and whether greed's a good idea to run on?
Well, first of all, tell me, is there some society you know that doesn't run on greed? You think Russia doesn't run on greed? You think China doesn't run on greed? What is greed? Of course, none of us are greedy. It's only the other fellow who's greedy. The world runs on individuals pursuing their separate interests. The great achievements of civilization have not come from government bureaus. Einstein didn't construct his theory under order from a bureaucrat. Henry Ford didn't revolutionize the automobile industry that way. In the only cases in which the masses have escaped from the kind of grinding poverty you're talking about, the only cases in recorded history are where they have had capitalism and largely free trade. If you want to know where the masses are worst off, it's exactly in the kinds of societies that depart from that. So that the record of history is absolutely crystal clear, that there is no alternative way so far discovered of improving the lot of the ordinary people that can hold a candle to the productive activities that are unleashed by a free enterprise system.
But it seems to reward not virtue as much as ability to manipulate the system.
And what does reward virtue? You think a communist commissar rewards virtue? You think a Hitler rewards virtue? You think, excuse me, if you'll pardon me, do you think American presidents reward virtue? Do they choose their appointees on the basis of the virtue of the people appointed or on the basis of their political clout? Is it really true that political self-interest is nobler somehow than economic self-interest? You know, I think you're taking a lot of things for granted. And just tell me where in the world you find these angels who are going to organize society for us. Well, I don't even trust you to do that.
That's exactly right. You wouldn't have the Henry Fords, the Elon Musks. You wouldn't have the titans of industry, the J.P. Morgans, the Van Burens, the Rockefellers, the Hershey's. You wouldn't have the Steve Jobs if this was communist China, if this was socialism or the Soviet Union. You wouldn't have that. The free enterprise system, the capitalist system, the free market that our forefathers, that our framers envisioned for this great republic is why we, in less than 250 years, have become the greatest nation of all time. Where have you seen socialism and communism succeed? Where have you seen it succeed? In every country that has even tried or attempted to implement a Marxist-Leninist, aka socialism system, a communist system, has failed, has created famine, oppression, censorship, starvation, economic tumult, rioting, protesting, war, genocide, tramping on civil liberties, tramping on constitutional liberties. This is why everybody wants to come here. So Obama's saying what they're trying to do is cynicism is easier. They're trying to instill mistrust in the government. As an American citizen, as somebody who believes in a meritocracy, as somebody who believes in the Constitution, you're damn right I have an inherent distrust of the government. I don't need Trump to tell me that. I don't need Republicans to instill that in me. As somebody who is an intelligent, smart, proud American who believes that citizenship is not only a right that is afforded to us by birth, but something that deems to be earned, we should have an inherent distrust for the government. That is a healthy thing for this republic. What are your thoughts? I can't wait to hear what you think. Let me know in the comments down below. One of the biggest lies that Obama said last night was something that it made me yell at the screen, but it was about the immigration bill. That's what really, really made me upset, was Obama talking about the fact that Trump, this is unbelievable. Obama misrepresents Trump's border record. He says he killed a bipartisan immigration deal because he thought actually solving the problem would hurt his campaign. And then you hear boos, and he says, don't boo, vote. Listen to this. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, and probably the worst thing he said last night. Well, I mean, he said a lot of bad things, but this was one of the worst. This was one of the worst. Listen to this.
The truth is, Donald Trump sees power as nothing more than it means to his ends. He wants the middle class to pay the price for another huge tax cut that would mostly help him and his rich friends.
That's not true, because Kamala Harris just said that she's going to tax unrealized capital gains, which is absolutely going to throw the economy into a massive, I mean massive, depression, recession. Because I actually posted about this not that long ago, but I want to share this because this is a lie. This is an absolute lie. And the other side wants to propose this. She's proposing an absolute insane 25% tax on unrealized capital gains. I mean, I'm not even being hyperbolic. I'm not even exaggerating, my fellow Americans and as a nation. This is communism on a whole new level. Imagine buying shares for $100,000. Just imagine. And their value rises to $150,000. Under Kamala's plan, you'd owe taxes on the $50,000 gain, even though you haven't sold the shares or made any actual, real, substantive profit. I repeat, you would owe taxes on the $50,000 gain, even though you haven't sold the shares or made any actual profit. Now, imagine the stock's value drops back to $100,000 the following year. The gains you were taxed on vanished. You've already paid a 25% tax on a gain that no longer exists, leaving you with financial loss, zero benefit. Taxing unrealized gains would force investors to sell off assets to cover their tax bills, hurting long-term investment and economic growth. This is not just risky, stupid, and insane. It's a recipe for a stock market crash. And my fellow Americans, I'm not being extreme when I say this, another Great Depression. We cannot let this happen. These are the truths that hover over the DNC. These are the truths that, like ghostly figures, parade the hallways, byways, the arena, in between the chairs, in and out of the mouths of these lion-ass dogs. These are the truths that never come to light if it were not for channels and media organizations that you're watching and listening to currently. You won't hear this stuff on CNN. You won't hear this stuff on CBS. You won't hear this stuff on ABC. Take your pick of the litter. You won't hear this on The View. Ha! Are you kidding me right now? Not even close. It's absolute insanity, my fellow Americans. But listen to this. Listen to this lie. Here's one of the biggest lies. I mean, he lied the entire time, but here's one of the biggest ones.
He killed a bipartisan immigration deal written in part by one of the most conservative Republicans in Congress.
That high pitch, his voice gets high and breaks.
It would have helped secure our southern border because he thought trying to actually solve the problem would hurt his campaign. He doesn't. Do not boo. Vote.
So this is a bold-faced lie. This is an absolute catastrophic lie. First of all, that border bill, zero context. You see what he does? He tries to hypnotize with eloquent pageantry of lies. He tries to hypnotize with just pulling things out of his complete ass, pulling it out of his ass. The real context of that bill would have given an extra $60 billion to Ukraine while only giving a piddly single double digit, I can't remember the exact specific amount, to the border. Trump's not in office. Trump has zero power. Trump didn't do anything. Trump commented, yeah, it's a crappy bill, which I agreed with, which most sane, smart Americans actually agreed with. And by the way, never mind that. You don't need a bill. Hey, Hussein, Hey, Barack Hussein, Biden doesn't need a bill to close the border. You know what Trump did? Trump did an executive order his first day in office. We're building a wall. We're securing the border. Why do you think the Border Patrol Union vehemently, viscerally denounced Tombstone in Chief, Vegetable in Chief, Biden when he was actually running, when his party didn't absolutely betray him and devour him and execute a coup on him? Why do you think the Border Patrol Union supports Trump? I wonder. Gee, I wonder. You're going to lie to millions of Americans. You're going to lie to all your delegates. You're going to lie as somebody who's literally looked up to as the pinnacle of the party. Let's not beat around the bush. When you think of the Democratic Party, you think that Clinton's speaking tonight. You think of Obama and you think of Clinton. That is the consortium. Those are the heads of state. They are the El Chapo of this organized crime unit. He doesn't need a bill, Hussein, and he's let in 18 plus million illegal migrants who have destroyed American lives, stealing American jobs, and receiving tens of thousands of dollars in not only credit cards and food stamps, but also free health care and an accelerated pathway to citizenship so you guys can make sure that your election is not too big to rig. Those are the facts. I've done multiple videos of firsthand accounts. You think Laken Riley was bad? Poor Laken Riley. She's one of thousands of Americans who've been brutally unalived because of these illegal migrants. And again, I'm going to repeat this because it bears repeating. These are not illegal migrants, families looking for a better life, looking for the promised land, looking for opportunity. My parents immigrated to this country in the 70s. Legal. They had to go through a rigorous process to become citizens of this great republic. My brother and I were born shortly after they immigrated here in the United States, born and made in America, the greatest country that ever existed in all of mankind and ever will. Legal immigrants. They were educated. They had PhDs. They earned the right to become citizens. They contributed. They participated. They engaged and honored their civic duty and responsibilities. These are thugs. These are cartel members. These are rapists. These are murderers. These are demons that you're letting into our country. And you're giving them tons of money while our American citizens can barely pay for gas, barely pay for groceries, barely pay their rent. I mean, you've got a wave of mental health and depression in our country that is unprecedented in modern times. And you're going to lie to the American public? You're going to tell? Thank you so much, Elizabeth from Indiana. I was raised in Evansville, Indiana. Born in Utah, raised in Evansville, Indiana. My dad taught at Evansville University. Great to see you. Let me know where you're joining me from. What city, what state, what country. I love hearing it. I will read all the comments later, I promise. I always do. You're going to lie to millions of Americans and say it was Trump's fault? It's Trump's fault that the economy is bad. It's Trump's fault that there's division. It's Trump's fault that he's sown distrust in the government. It's Trump's fault that our economy is this way. It's Trump's fault that our border is this way. It's Trump's fault that we have terrible foreign policy and basically ruined our standing in the entire globe. It's Trump's fault that we have crime. It's Trump's fault. Why? This guy hasn't been in office in over 8 years. You guys have had control of the government for 12 of the last 16 years. Why are you still blaming Trump? Make it make sense. Why are you still blaming Trump? How does that make an ounce of sense? It doesn't make any sense. And then you got people like Van Jones. You got people like CNN. You got people like all these people saying, oh my God, we're back. We're so back. This is what we missed. We needed this. What did you miss? What did you miss? A cavalcade of eloquent, illustriously worded, bizarre, meaningless, vapid, vacuous lies? That's what you miss? So you're that easily fooled? You're that easily deceived? Am I hearing this right? Travesty. That's an absolute travesty. The DNC has been a disaster. You've got protesters burning American flags outside. The very people that they kowtow and get on one bended knee for are absent because they devour their own. There are no values. There are no principles. They're giving away free abortions, free vasectomies. What kind of a convention is this? Free abortions? Free vasectomies? And every single person that's come on the stage is literally the swamp. Like not figuratively, not just, cutesy, imaginary, or using metaphor and simile. Like literally, they are the swamp. Schumer, Ted Lieu, Newscomb. You've got Warlock, who is pathetic. Doug Emhoff, who is the most pitiful, poor excuse of a male who actually impregnated his nanny and got divorced. His wife divorced him. He is a pathetic, poor excuse of a man. That's Kamala's husband, by the way. Tim Walz? Pelosi? I mean, it's literally. You've got one Hillary Clinton. It's the swamp. And now you got Bill speaking tonight, who again, another great orator, somebody who fooled me decades ago. I was young, I was impressionable, I was stupid. I'll agree to that. I'll concede that. But that's the beautiful thing about being a human being. You evolve, you educate yourself, you grow, you get wiser. You look at things, hopefully, which is what my entire premise is. You don't get swayed by anything when you exercise your sovereignty as a human being, the number one power you possess, which is critical thinking and critical discernment. It's not, I always said this to my students when I was teaching at the university. I said, it's not my job to teach you what to think. What I think it is my most important job, my implacable ironclad position, is to teach you how to think, how to look at something. And I use Aristotle's principles of rhetoric. It's a 2,000-year-old concept. What's true then is true now, because the truth is eternal. The truth is not good on Friday, bad on Sunday. Good last year, bad next year. No, the truth is eternal. So when you look at audience, purpose, message, ethos, pathos, logos, this lens is the eternal truth, and you will never be fooled again. That's what this channel is all about. Exercising your sovereignty of critical thinking and critical discernment. And I hope you will join me. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on everything that I think people missed during this speech, during both speeches? Everything that Americans should know about the Obamas. They should know about the DNC. They should know about the hypocrites. Hey, Nez, what are you saying? Are you saying Republicans are rosy and perfect? Not even close. There's a lot of Republicans I think are just as bad. There's a lot of people on both sides. I don't look at right, left. I don't look at that. I look at truth and lies. I look at what's going to help my country and what's going to hurt my country. And I look at that with a critical eye, doing my due diligence, doing my qualitative and quantitative research. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying Republicans are perfect and rosy. I'm not saying the right is this crusader of righteousness. No. There's a lot of lion-ass dogs, LADs, on both sides. But what we just saw last night was the epitome, the pinnacle of unrealized untruths, period. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I want to give a huge shout out. Holy macadamia nut. Are you kidding me right now? I want to give an absolute huge shout out to the amazing. Please make sure you sign up for our free newsletter in the pinned comment, and make sure you please tap that thumbs up because it helps us reach more people. I want to give a huge shout out to the amazing, the almighty Peter Ortiz. Peter Ortiz is a member of our beautiful channel, a member of Nez Nation, an OG member. And he, correct me if I'm wrong, Peter, but you are a veteran too as well. God bless you, sir. He is he just deserves all the praise and then some. And I absolutely love Peter Ortiz. Peter, thank you so much for the $2 super sticker. Please, no more Obamas. It's hard to stomach. You better believe that. I want to welcome Law and Order. We love Law and Order here in this country, that's for sure. And we love Law and Order here as well. I want to welcome Law and Order as a new member of our channel. It is fantastic to have you here, Law and Order. Thank you so much for being here. Awesome to see you. Welcome. It is fantastic to have you. Thank you. A big congratulations to Peter Ortiz. Happy birthday, Nora. Thank you. He's been a member for 3 months. That's a long time. And he just dropped a $50 super sticker. You get a huge round of applause, Peter. That's what you get. Wow. Everybody chime in. Peter, you are absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Look at this. Not only that, he's also gifted 10 memberships. Peter, you're amazing. I can't say enough about you, Peter. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's just wonderful. Thank you so much. Johan, how are you? Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. All this convention is doing is projecting everything they have and will be doing. There was a video, really well said. I can't remember who it was, but there was somebody who said that everything that they're saying is just a affirmation, a confirmation of what they're doing. This whole idea of politicizing the DOJ, this whole idea of sowing mistrust, this whole idea of stopping bills, all these lies about the border, about the economy, about jobs, which just came out, 818,000 job revision by the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Holy mackerel. Yeah, it's everything that they're saying is just an affirmation. It's a confession, if you will, of what they are doing. Well said. I like the way you said that. Don't forget, now would be a great time to become a member. Speaking of members, you can join by clicking the join button down below if you're on YouTube. It only costs you a cup of coffee a month to support America. I was going to say support our channel, but this channel is all about supporting our country and getting our country back, period. It's not about me. It's not about any individual. This is about America, the United States of America, which I love to death. I will sacrifice everything I have for this amazing country that's afforded me opportunities, my family opportunities. It's the greatest country ever in the history of man. That's what this channel is all about. Not only that, not only do you support America, but you also get access to our members-only Discord, which is an amazing, thriving, engaging group of individuals once you become a member. Also, there's a lot of other perks and amenities as well, such as you get priority responses, you get priority questions when we have guests. When we have live guests, you get priority questions, exclusive content, everything first notice on new videos and new live streams. You get a lot of stuff. So consider becoming a member. It's highly beneficial. You'll be helping our country and making this channel free forever. So I really, really appreciate that. And I want to also give a big shout out to all of our mods, because we literally, and by the way, I'm not the only one who said this, we literally have the greatest mods on planet Earth. Captain Mike is our main mod. Mike Shriver. Good to see you, Mike. Captain Mike is one of the best mods in the history of mods. Laura Tilford, Dashhound, you guys are absolutely phenomenal. Jim Barron, all the greatest mods in the world. Amanda Secret Garden, great to have you here. Amandy's, I apologize. Amandy. Howie, I'm going to have to make Howie. Howie, do you think Howie's here a lot? How many of you think I should make Howie a moderator? Howie, can you be a moderator too? I think Howie does a really, really good job, and he's here, and he's patriotic, and he's just an amazing dude. So some of you might be saying, well, hey, Nez, how do you become a mod of your channel? And by the way, when I say I'm not the only one, who, thank you so much, Crystal. When I say I'm not the only one who says we have the best mods in the business, I can't tell you. I've had big channel after big channel after, when I say big channel, I'm talking about, okay, congratulations. Congratulations, Howie. You now are a mod. Once you comment, you'll see that blue wrench, which denotes that you, Howie, sir, are now a mod. Big congratulations to you. Howie is always here. He's always present, and he has a deep love for our country. So congratulations, Howie. Howie S., you are now a moderator for Nez Nation. Love you, man. So a lot of people might be saying, you know, how do you become a mod? So the biggest thing is there is no kind of set sort of requisite, but the biggest thing is you got to be here. You got to be here. You got to be present. You're not spamming. You're not selling. You're contributing. You're participating. You're engaging. You are a part of the community, and that has to be earned. All of the mods that you see here in the comments, they have been a part of this community for a long time. Some of them from the very beginning, and so that's based on really factors that I think enliven every community. Are you somebody that we like being around? Are you somebody trustworthy who's earned that trust, who's contributing, participating to the community? That's literally it. And so, Howie, you're definitely one of those. So thank you so much. I'm really proud of you, and welcome to Nez Nation, brother. Keenan and Hunting Nana, you've been here for a long time too. So you guys are kind of like up there as well as potential mods. Yeah, so hang in there. The more that you're here, the more that you're present, the more that you're showing me that you care about the community. I mean, viscerally, palpably showing me that you care about the community, you have the opportunity to be a mod. Mods get a ton of benefits aside from just being moderators. So you get massive reach on your comments, massive reach. It's like having your own platform within the platform. So it's a really big responsibility. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm happy to give that to the people who deserve it. Okay, so now that we have thrown back the curtain on the hypocrites and the LADs that embody and engender the DNC and everybody in that faction, especially the Obamas, who are essentially the leaders of the consortium, the coalition of global elitists. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's here. Thank you, everybody who subscribed. Thank you, everybody who tapped the thumbs up. Please do so. In the pinned comment is our free newsletter. Sign up for that. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. It's kind of like your insurance policy, so you never miss out on all the latest breaking that the fake woke mafia media will never show you. Because again, we're a mom and pop media business. My wife is a brilliant researcher. I have been doing this for decades. And so we do our own due diligence. We do our own qualitative and quantitative research as professional researchers. And so I make sure to bring you the objective truth, everything that not only Americans need to know, but the whole world needs to know that you won't see anywhere else. Even if you're subscribed and let's say you hit the bell notification to turn on all notifications, I can't tell you how many messages I've gotten. Hey, Nez, I was never notified. Hey, Nez, I never got a notification. In the pinned comment is our newsletter. That's your sure-proof way. And it's free. It's free. We don't share your email with any third party. We don't spam. That is not the Nez Nation way. So I would implore you, I would encourage you, it is in your best interest, if you're enjoying this content, if you're enjoying our videos, enjoying our community, sign up for our free newsletter. It takes you 2 seconds. Boom, give us your best email. Check your spam box too, because sometimes when you get new emails from somebody, it might go directly to spam, especially if you have Google, Gmail. But I would love to have you here. And we are going to be executing this weekend. I haven't designated a specific time yet. It might even just be Friday. We are designating a 300,000 subscriber milestone live stream giveaway. Yes, as a matter of fact, we just passed 310,000. I mean, if I don't do this live stream soon, we're going to pass 400,000. It's going to be too late. That's right, Mike. We absolutely, I think this is I can't tell you how many new people have come and told me, Nez, I've never had so much fun on a live stream. We have parties here on our live streams, especially when we're watching people like Trump. We do rallies, we do conventions, we do press conferences, we do live updates, live breaking news. We do all sorts of things. We do trials. You know, we've been covering the Fannie G, Cash Money G trial, the YSL Rico Young Thug trial in Fulton County. We cover that too. We have a blast Our live streams are parties. So it behooves you to be a part of this community. I welcome everybody. Even if you're a troll, even if you're a hypocrite, I welcome you. As long as you're respectful and you're not spamming and scamming, I welcome all my American brothers and sisters. I welcome all my humanitarian brothers and sisters. We have a great audience from Australia, New Zealand, Africa, Asia, Europe, Germany, UK, South America, Canada, Mexico. I welcome you all. You're all welcome here because the truth is the truth. And what happens here in our country affects the whole world. So understanding and learning the truth is good for everybody. It's good for the whole planet. So I'm just really proud of that. And I really, really welcome everybody. And I'm just so excited. And so we are going to be doing, just to kind of wrap this up, we are going to be doing a 300,000 subscriber milestone live stream giveaway. I'm going to be giving away shirts, hats, merch. I'm going to be giving away 3 Amazon gift cards. 3 Amazon gift cards that equal $300. So 3 separate Amazon gift cards worth $100 each. And that live stream giveaway, by the way, is for members only. So again, be a part of the community, hang out with us, become a member. You get all sorts of perks and gifts and amenities. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. Let me know if you watch this on the replay, type replay. Let me know where you're joining me from. I love hearing that. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you.